Thanks everybody for coming. We really appreciate you coming today. I also want to thank Senator Nate Bolton for being here and championing this legislation that's really, really so important. We have a retirement crisis in the country, and we have a retirement crisis right here in the state of Iowa. It needs to be addressed, and especially in the public or in the private sector. Nationally, 31% of the people that aren't retired have no retirement savings. Also, 25% of the people working in the private sector nationally have no retirement crisis. That's bad. But also, it's hitting here in the state of Iowa. We have 42% of the people that work in the private sector don't have access to a sponsored retirement program. That's over 500,000 people. I believe it's 511,000 people in Iowa don't have access to a retirement plan. If this continues, these folks will have nothing but Social Security and Medicaid to get by on. They're going to have to rely on other government programs, food stamps, what have you, in retirement. That's just not acceptable. That's why I'm really happy about this legislation, Senate File 2088. It gives an opportunity for people to automatically invest in a Roth IRA. It's simple, but it's good for everybody. It helps small business workers. This is an IRA that's portable. Say you work for Joe the plumber 1 year, and a couple years later you get a job down at the lumber yard. Well, you just sign up for your new job and the money still keeps going into your IRA. You take it wherever you want. It's convenient, it's automatic, it's easy. The employers like it too. And I've heard from businessmen from around the state. Got a call from a guy in Marshalltown. Said, oh, you know, I have about 8 people in my shop. I don't know anything about retirement plans and the legal problems that go with it. This would be wonderful. And it also helped me retain workers because I continually lose them to companies that offer a retirement plan. So this is great. And plus it's inexpensive. As a matter of fact, employers cannot contribute to the retirement plan, so there's no pressure on them to fork over money. So you got it easy and convenient for the employer, very low cost, no cost as a matter of fact, and it helps the state of Iowa, especially rural Iowa, where we have all these great small businesses. If we want to keep our workers, we have to have a retirement plan for these individuals. And it's a factor. It's not the whole answer, but it's another factor that helps our state become stronger. And I'd also like to say, it's kind of like, it's built on the example of College Savings Iowa, which has been a tremendous success in the state of Iowa. We started it 20 years ago, and now over almost 250,000 accounts, $5 billion, and it costs the taxpayers of the state of Iowa nothing. So this is the same model, and we should be offering this help to our citizens. And we're looking forward to it. It's desperately needed. And now I'm so happy to have Senator Bolton here. And Senator, thank you for championing this issue, and Senator Nate Bolton.
Thank you. Treasurer Fitzgerald has done a great job explaining this legislation, but I want to echo some of those remarks as well as extend some of them in terms of one of the other proposals that we're making. Last year, and again this year, we've seen a Republican agenda somewhat fixated on stripping away benefits and weakening retirement security, particularly for public employees. Rather than taking things away from groups of employees in our state, this is an opportunity to do something positive for personal economic security for a lot of private sector employees that don't have that right now. And that's long-term positive economic security for Iowa's economy into the future. We're talking about Iowans being able to have resources in their retirement to live comfortably in the communities that they're working in now. We're excited about this proposal because it does allow small businesses and mid-sized employers to have a benefit system that can help retain those employees longer and longer. One of the things that we're proposing is also, I've introduced legislation on a portable benefit study for Iowa workforce development to look at ways that we can help workers, particularly in what we call the gig economy, who are working short-term at employer after employer without a real opportunity to have health benefits and retirement benefits as part of those short-term or gig employment assignments. We want to see those workers here in Iowa helping our economy succeed, and we want to address what has been repeatedly stated as a real problem for our state's future, making sure we have the qualified, skilled workforce for tomorrow's economy. If we're going to recruit and retain quality workers into Iowa for the long term, they need to know that they're going to have benefits that allow them to live comfortably today as well as in their retirement years. So we're excited to have this positive vision forward for our state, talking about individual economic security, talking about long-term economic progress for our state. And we're excited about these proposals to really bring a path forward for that.
Yes, we'll open up to if anybody has any questions.
Yeah.
Where would you come up with the money for the state to manage this?
Well, initially, to get things started, we're asking about $500,000, and from there on, it would be self-sustaining. People that are investing it, just like College Savings Iowa, a few small percentage, a few basis points, if you will, would be shaved off to pay for the professional management of it. So after the startup fee, which is pretty modest, there's no cost to the state taxpayers.
So you could need a $500,000 appropriation as a
Yes.
startup for this proposal.
Right.
So, what would be the advantage of having this as opposed to a traditional IRA?
And the traditional IRAs are just fine. But what this is offering is every 2 weeks, or whenever you get paid, the employee can say, oh, I'll take maybe 3% out of my wages and put it into a retirement plan. That's what makes it successful. Studies have shown, oh, if people save on a regular basis, have it taken out of their paycheck, they do it. It also says that if you wait till the end of the year to start an IRA, it's, especially for a lot of these folks who are making less than $50,000, oh, I just don't have $5,000 to put in an IRA. So it's the automatic withdrawal that is the big opportunity for folks. They can start small and get professional investments, like in College Savings Iowa. We have, absolutely professional investment managers managing the funds, and it's performed fantastic. So that's what we're offering to the folks.
I guess I don't want to talk about my own finances too much.
Yeah.
I have automatic withdrawal from my IRA monthly. Do most IRAs not offer that?
Well, I'm not an expert on the IRAs, and maybe you have a special situation through some financial institution that's offering that. But most folks don't have access to that.
And I think one of the key assets of this program is the ease of access. You're talking about a program that's there, that's state supported, that an employee can say, hey, I want to be a part of this. It's going to be something that I don't want to speak for the treasurer here, but he'll be talking about ways for Iowans to take advantage of this program, and simply having people sign up with their employer with a state managed and run secure investment opportunity is going to make it easier for Iowans to invest in their own retirement security, paycheck to paycheck as they go forward. So we think it's going to have a dramatic impact on those Iowans that right now are in an employment setting where they don't have that investment option to take advantage of something that's really a self-starter for them.
Would you have to be a full-time employee?
It's going to be up to the employee to join this program. You don't have to be full-time, but you can join if you want to. It's a state-supported program. It's just a matter of you being willing to invest a small part of your paycheck in your economic future.
Just to clarify, is this the program that a bunch of other states are doing right now?
There's 8 states that have this type of a program. Oregon's been the leader, but Connecticut has a program, California, I think Illinois, can't remember the other 3 or 4, but there's about 8 states that have it.
And you proposed this last session?
We've proposed it, yes. We've proposed it before. This is a great idea, can really help Iowans, especially people that work for really small businesses, rural communities.
Did you ever get a hearing on it before?
I think it made it to subcommittee, and that's about as far as it's gotten.
And it's not advanced.
And it's not advanced.
Is that just from the Republicans?
That's right, that's right. You know, we're for the little guys, and
You say they are?
and they're for the big guys, yeah.
So is this designed to help and make it easier for people to start a Roth IRA? Because you're talking about, employers don't have to contribute. Well, isn't that the basis of a Roth already? You can contribute up to $5,000 a year to it, and like, so I'm just curious about this portable aspect of it. Doesn't it already stay with you when you?
Yeah, you can put in to a Roth IRA, have so much taken out of your paycheck that would automatically go into this. And if you're making $50,000 a year and you have 3%, taken out, you're only talking $1,500 a year. It's not a big amount, but it's getting you started. And it's that habit of savings, as Warren Buffett says, it's going to make you rich. But you can have a small amount, put into an IRA, it'll continue to grow. We'll professionally invest it for you.
So is that the key thing here?
Yeah, that's one of the keys to it. You're going to have access to professional investment. It won't just be at the local CD rate. You'll be professionally invested. When you're your age, you should be in the stock market, and that you will have access to that kind of professional investment. And like I said, you work for Joe the plumber, and a couple of years later you get a job down at the lumber yard. Well, fine, just sign up for it when you fill out your W-2 at the lumber yard. It goes with you anywhere you want to go.
So there's a second piece of this, though?
So the second thing that I'm introducing expands to a study workforce development would do in terms of portable benefits overall, and trying to see if there are ways that the state can help support those small businesses that may have a more transient employer base, as well as support those employees that may go from being an independent contractor to employee and kind of float in position to position. Those workers in our state are falling through some major cracks in terms of health insurance and pensions and retirement security. So we want to see if there's a way that the state can help provide a better safety net for those workers.
And I will add, this is voluntary. An employee does not have to sign up. They can say, nope, I don't want to do it. And that also, if you're a business out there and you have a retirement plan, well, that's great. This isn't for you. This is for all those businesses and employees. And remember, we have over 500,000 workers out there that don't have access to this kind of a retirement plan where your investment will grow tax-free and be professionally managed.
Mike, is there a new bill being introduced for the savings plan, or just the bill that was introduced last year still alive?
The bill that I have put in is based on the bill that was there before, and just trying to get that idea started again here, trying to draw more attention to it this year to say, as we look at retirement security, particularly we've heard discussions this summer on IPERS and public pensions, let's look for ways to make sure more Iowans have access to a quality retirement savings program rather than taking something away from anyone.
And is there a bill number on that?
There is. It's Senate File 2088, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is for the savings plan and this?
So Senate File 2087 is for the portable benefits program. That would be a study to see what the state can do to support that. And then 2088 would be this retirement savings program. All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you all very much.